focus on, well, I actually sent that message out. I actually finally did it. Bring out the laughs, bring out the smiles, and do not worry about judgment. And matter of fact, you're gonna have the date just be a part of your life now. Hello everyone. So today's video is all about this gets you more dates. So let's just say maybe you're struggling to get that date from her, or let's just say you're a little nervous to go ahead and ask for that date. You don't know certain ways you want to go about it. I have 3 things that you guys could go ahead and apply to go ahead and get that date happening. So please give this video a huge thumbs up. Let's get this video to 100 likes. And if you want to get on the line and talk about what's going on, we can get on the line during a consultation. Let's talk about it all. Book by clicking the link down below. And so let's get into the first thing that you have to have going on. You need to apply this to yourself, is being absolutely confident. So being confident is going to show in so many different ways. And so we'll talk about what you could be saying, how to talk to her, and then we'll talk about physically. So you should be very much honest and not have to hide anything. So one great strategy that should be happening, that you should be having going on in your life is put together. So this means, let's say you have a job, you have to go work out afterwards, and then let's just say if you have a child, maybe you have to take care of your baby girl, your baby boy, you have that happening afterwards, right? So that is your routine. So if that's your life, your confidence shows because you carry it out that way, you present it that way, or it's not getting anywhere, down to you're trying to change your whole lifestyle, or you're trying to make your lifestyle really work with this date, with that person, and it's not working. So back to being very sure of yourself, you're sure that this is your routine every day and that you don't have to change anything. And matter of fact, you're gonna have the date just be a part of your life now. So back to the example of actually having a full routine, you guys should be worried about what's going on in your life first before jumping onto that date. Because guess what? When that date comes, when you're ready to actually see her, when it's actually about to happen, you're not gonna have nothing to worry about. You have your life back to it's put together. So you don't have to worry about, oh, well, I have to fake it around her. You don't have to worry about, or what if she finds out this? Because you have nothing to worry about. You're not hiding nothing, and you have full confidence in yourself, which is back to how you really are. And then back to when she is getting to know you, or let's just say simply you're texting her, you're letting her know, hey, this is how my schedule works. You let her know also when you're free and when you're not. Now, before we even get into how you're letting her know these things, let's just talk about one last thing about being confident. You know your physical appearance matters too. So just know that if you're going to be dating her, be prepared again. If your routine doesn't include going to the barbershop or yourself cutting your hair, you have to have it part of your routine, because you're going to physically now look confident because you took care of yourself. So don't just try to be like, okay, well, I'm so busy, I don't have time to add this, or you know what, I wasn't doing this before, I don't know how I could do it now. Guess what? You gotta make it happen. So just remember, if you're trying to actually look a certain way, you want to be presenting yourself a certain way, you're going to be fully in control of that. So take advantage of actually getting that haircut or whatever else you got to be doing. All right. And y'all, don't forget that you can get more videos by clicking the Patreon link down below. Click that link to watch and catch up. The next thing is have a great sense of humor. So this is a time where after being confident and knowing yourself, presenting yourself the way you want to, and even do it during texting, right? You can go ahead and throw some jokes in there. Or if she's actually teasing you or joking around, you could go ahead and take advantage by teasing and having jokes that revolve around those things. Now, you're going to have to make sure you are keeping it appropriate, because you don't want it to fall into she is getting offended or she's just like, this is not funny at all. The thing about having a great sense of humor, sometimes people are not doing it at all. So it's great to have some good laughs over a joke that she could take lightly. So remember, when you're having this great sense of humor, try to keep it appropriate, because you don't want to offend the person that you are talking to, and then they feel like, what do you mean? Or, hey, I don't like what you said, and they don't find it funny at all. So basically, back to having a great sense of humor, it's also not being so tense. It's also not being so, I don't want to really say this, or I have to keep a poker face all the time. I have to, back to being confident, I have to not slip up and say anything that might throw her off. When you have a great sense of humor, it makes things actually be so much more fun. When you have a great sense of humor, the other great thing about it is that she wants to be back around you. Also, when you have a great sense of humor, remember remember, when you have your confidence, you don't have to worry about, well, do I look this way? You don't care, and you are pretty funny. And everybody loves somebody that is funny, or at least has a few jokes to crack, and it's actually worth laughing at. So for sure, bring out that sense of humor, bring out the laughs, bring out the smiles, and do not worry about judgment. You should not be worried about it. Back to when you have confidence, that's not nothing you have to worry about. And if they're about you, you should not be worried about that. They got to accept you, okay? Now let's get into the last thing, and the last thing is invite. Go ahead and invite that person. So be specific. This is a time where you can honestly say, hey, I'm not free during these times, but are you free this time? And this is how you can start the conversation, or let's say the asking out can go like that. There will be a time where you're like, okay, I could go ahead and tell it, are you free? Now, the other thing that you have to remember about you inviting that person, there will be kind of a best time. So try not to rush into instantly like, hey, can I take you out right away? Try to get to know that person. You could go ahead and ask some questions. And again, if it's, let's say it's texting, don't worry about, oh, well, how are we going to get to texting to seeing each other right away? What you should be worried about is that, okay, I have a routine. I have things going on. I'm talking to her a little bit. And then boom, that moment comes where you could go ahead and ask and see. The thing about also inviting, be confident again, because you don't want to be the type of person beating around the bush when it comes down to asking the actual question of, can I take you out? When are you free for us to go and do this and that? You want to be very specific, be very honest about what you want, and don't worry again if there's going to be a turn down. Don't worry about, oh, well, rejection might just happen. You should be actually focused on, well, I actually sent that message out. I actually finally did. You should be focused on, okay, how could I actually do it the best way? When am I actually free or available for this to work out? So when it comes down to that invite, once more, if you're going to be more specific, the better it'll get. If you're going to say this place and that day at this time, it's going to work way better, and that person will take you way more serious and be about it most likely. So go ahead and shoot your shot. Ask that question. Don't be worried about rejection once more. And if you apply those other two things, yes, being confident, yes, having those routines and actually having your life put together, everything is set straight, and right back to having a great sense of humor, you should be set up and ready to go for this absolutely fun, amazing date. And if it's not fun, make it fun as well, because back to, you have a great sense of humor, joke around, and don't be worried, go for it. Don't be like, hey, I'm not gonna do it. No, make sure you go ahead and ask and get that date. So I thank you guys so much for watching. If y'all want a part 2, let me know by commenting down below. And if you still haven't given this video a big thumbs up, do that right now. Thank you. And of course, make sure you check out all the links. We could get on the line, talk about what's going on, what you're going to do to get that date, what you're going to say, and don't forget, Patreon got those videos you'll never ever see on here. So click that link to check them out, and y'all will see me in my next video. Bye, guys.